Good morning. Today we are going to be discussing preference assessments, and specifically one that a student named Billy completed. There are many different kinds of preference assessments. To start, there is a multi-stimulus without replacement. So that means there would be 6 items or more, depending on the child, in front of, we'll call him Billy, and he would pick which one is his favorite. So if he picked a third item, that one would be removed and not replaced. That would be his first preference, and it would go so on and so forth. So if he picked the sixth one next, that would be the second highly preferred, and so on. There's also a multi-stimulus with replacement. So again, those 6 items in front of him, he would choose one. Say he picked the second one. That item would be removed. All items would be removed. The identical item that was chosen would be replaced back into the sequence, but now it would be out of order. And that would just continue to go on for as many trials as you feel are appropriate to gain the knowledge. A single stimulus means one item is presented at a time, and basically you rate the reaction the child has towards that stimulus. So if they pick it up, they look at it, they put it back down, that would be about a medium preference. If they don't engage with it at all, they don't even bother to pick it up, that would be very low preference. If they pick it up and engage with it, explore with it, play with it, that would be a high preference. So basically you're judging the preference based on the child's reaction. There's also a free operant stimulus or preference assessment where the child has unrestricted access to a bunch of stimulus. This could be in a natural environment, so you kind of just follow the child around throughout the school day, see what they gravitate towards, again, rate their reaction, and that's how you would judge. There's also a contrived environment where you kind of manipulate the setting. So you place the toys that you prefer into the environment and see what they chose. The final preference assessment we're talking about is a paired stimulus, which is what we performed with our student Billy. 2 stimuli were presented, one on the left, one on the right, about a foot apart from each other, and Billy has to pick which one he wants to play with the most. If no choice is made within 5 seconds, they're removed and then reintroduced so that he can get a better feel for them. And then again, if no preference is chosen, it just gets marked as non-selection. For this particular preference assessment, there were 16 different stimuli. I have them listed here. We can take a look at. So there was money, cell phone, gift card, laptop, camera, iPad, TV, coffee, cake, M&Ms, pizza, book, chocolate, chips, apple, and trail mix. Between all of those stimuli, there were 120 trials. So that means that each stimuli were paired against each other, and we try to make it equal on left and right sides so there's no side-based bias. Of those 120 trials, Billy had 117 successful trials, so he chose one of the items 117 times. The 3 other times where nothing was chosen, twice it was food against food, and once it was food against book. So based on that, it tells us that Billy is not very interested in an edible preference item. Looking again at our chart, just by the tally marks here, you can see that he really enjoys, and I can show you this right here too, he prefers money as well as gift cards, so anything with a monetary value he's really interested in. Also, any kind of activity that involves technology, so that would be laptop, cell phone, camera, iPad, TV, anything that involves the use of technology, Billy was interested in. And I got those information from the tally chart that we have here. So this was how many times each item was chosen. An easier way to look at this would be putting it into a bar graph. So you can see money being the highest, and along the bottom here, trail mix, apple, chips, chocolate, book again, pizza, M&Ms, cake, coffee. So all of these would be the stimuli that Billy chose the least. They all happen to be edible in the form of food or drink. And then up top here, where his highly preferred, his money and his gift card, and then his cell phone time, anything with technology. So what we do with this information now is we would use these to figure out what would be a high motivator for Billy during work time. So the way we do this, there's a difference between a highly preferred item and a reinforcer. A highly preferred item could be anything. If I presented Billy with 6 different musical instruments and had him pick between the 6, but he doesn't like music, he'll still have a highly preferred musical instrument, but that doesn't mean it's going to motivate him. It's not going to be a good reinforcer because it doesn't excite him. He made the choice because I asked him to, but he's not interested in it. So, in the terms of if I put an apple in front of Billy or trail mix, he would pick apple. Was that highly preferred? Sure. Would it be a good reinforcer? No, because he's not interested in the edible reward. So, a reinforcer is something that has been proven to immediately after giving any kind of trial, if the highly preferenced toy is given and we see an increase of the behavior, then it becomes a reinforcer. So we have to be careful not to intertwine those terms. Based off of what we see with Billy, we would go and try to see if money, cell phone, gift card, laptop, camera, any of those items would elicit that increased behavior after a trial. So if we ask Billy, look at these 3 letters, which one is A? If he immediately points to A and we present money, we see an increase of that behavior, then it becomes a reinforcer. If we, again, ask him 3 letters in front of you, which one is C? And he picks money. Or he picks C, we give him the money, we ask him again, which one is D? He picks D, we give him the money. We ask him again, which one's E? And he just starts to not answer incorrectly, but just not answer. It's no longer a reinforcer. It's no longer a motivator. It's just a highly preferred item. So we'll be using different kinds of preference assessments in the classroom, but this was just an intro to all of them as well as an in-depth of the paired assessment. Thank you.